Holy smokes, gang. It's Chris Angel coming at you. And I've never done a political post on Facebook. I avoid politics like the plague. I don't want to go near politics because of how crazy people get with their attachments to one worldview over another worldview. And yet, in watching the Democratic debates tonight, I can't help myself. I have to go live and talk about how I feel like it's not even about Democrat, Republican, but how the debate format is so obsolete in 2019. So I'm going to give it to you straight. I'm going to give it to how I see it, and you can hate me for it. I don't care. You can also applaud me for it. I don't care. But here's what I feel like is happening, and it's important because it's a reflection on marketing, right? Ultimately, marketing is about connection. We talk about this all the time in our show called Marketing for the Rest of Us. So let's just coin this politics for the rest of us, right? There are politics, there's marketing in how it's done in the world, algorithms and SEO, and all the experts say that marketing should be done this way. And then there's the rest of us who don't want to do it that way. We want to do it our own way. And there's politics, oh my God, there's politics the way that everybody does it. And then the quiet, I would even say the quiet majority, not even the quiet minority, the quiet majority of us just kind of sit back and watch this shit show happen. And we just sit here quiet. Doesn't matter what party you affiliate with. We just all sit here in our quiet, easy chairs and watch this shit show unfold. And here's what happens, and here's what's happening for me, the voter. If we put this in a marketing context, for the consumer, the person who votes with their dollars for you and your service or product in business. Here's what happens to me, the voter, in watching a Democratic debate or any sort of debate. Doesn't matter what party. Again, the debate. The debate format is like this. People are sitting here, no, listen to me. No, listen to me. Hey, excuse me, Senator, your time is up. No, I'm not done yet. Let me listen to me. And we're like climbing over each other to try to be heard as the hero in the story. Every politician in that stage right now is trying to be the hero of this story. No, you didn't do it right. I did it right. No, you didn't do it right. I did it right. And listen, this is such a freaking bullshit story of how this happens, because there's so much behind the scenes that is of context and backstory that isn't even brought into the conversation of this debate. People are making accusations like you didn't vote for this and you didn't do that. But there's so much more to the story, isn't there? Isn't there? There's so much more to the story than a soundbite. You can't cover a history of somebody's political career in a 60-second or 30-second soundbite. And yet the rest of the 10 other candidates want to jockey and position for you're wrong, I'm right, all this stuff. And none of the backstory is coming out in this conversation of a debate. This is like 1800s, early 1900s stuff where there's a debate and people can civilly listen to one another and argue points. But that's not how it is anymore. Now it's a shit show. And this is not a reflection on candidates. This is a reflection of the process. And it's the same thing in marketing. Marketing is a shit show for most people. Because what happens, watch this. Here's what I want to draw for you. Here's what happens. There is this moment in time right here where people vote. This is what everybody on that debate right now is trying to position for. They're trying to position for your vote right here. And in business and in marketing, it's the same thing. No, don't listen to them, listen to me. No, I'm good, they're not good. And there's no backstory. It's just all jockeying for, hey, give me your dollars. No, give me your dollars. Hey, give me your vote. No, give me your vote. There is so much, listen, as emotionally intelligent adults, we know that there is so much more to the story than what is being said on stage. How am I possibly able to judge a candidate based on what they say on the stage? In fact, and as a consumer, how am I possibly supposed to judge whether I'm going to vote with my dollars for you as a business and hire you as a business with whatever it is you say? because I know it's such a shit show, do you know how I actually am judging this debate? And do you know I actually judge you as a marketer in your marketing? It has nothing to do with what you say. It has everything to do with whether I feel like you're telling the truth. Are you telling the truth right now? It's funny, listen, this is super risky for me to have this kind of a video. Super risky. Because people get very attached in politics, they get very attached in religion. There's a lot of very emotionally charged conversations in these types of spaces. There are people on that stage in the Democratic debate, because that's what's happening tonight. In the Democratic debate, there's 10 of them tonight, who are saying things, and their heart may be as pure as gold, and I don't believe them. And their backstory may be pure as gold, and I don't believe them, because their soundbite is coming off as scripted, it's coming off as pretentious, it's coming off as they're the hero, and they're trying to prove to the world how cool they are. Some of them are coming off very meek and mild and weak. And all of that's because they're trying to frame themselves for the public opinion versus somebody just telling the truth. Just say it as it is. They're all trying to earn your vote right here in this moment. There's life. This is time. Here comes time. Here comes time. Up 2020. Here comes a vote. Hey, we're in the Democratic debate. Here's what I believe. Listen to me, not them. So then we try to earn attention right here by my policy. We try to earn attention right here by me interrupting the other candidates, by me saying the other candidates are stupid and I'm smart. This is how it is in marketing too. Most people in marketing are trying to go after this moment in time where you vote with your dollar. And politics is such a great case study for this because, you know, it's funny. It was probably, 2 years ago? It was election year in our city. And there were also, my mailbox was flooded with direct mail pieces from candidates who I'd never heard of. I'd never know who they were. And they're trying to give me all the sound bites about why they're the hero in a postcard. Are you kidding me? You're trying to tell me why I should vote for you to affect our community in a postcard? I've never heard from you before, and you're trying to cram it all into a postcard? And some of you are trying to cram all the reasons why somebody should hire you into a Facebook post, one YouTube video, one Facebook ad, one email. And you think that's how marketing is done? Marketing isn't done like that. Marketing in 2019 and beyond is about connection. So watch this. Watch this. Right here, to upstream from there, this is the moment that the vote happens, right here. This is the moment that people give you the vote or people give you the dollar. They vote with their dollar. And this is where most marketing happens, is for this moment. Hey, listen to me, look at me. But upstream from that moment is all this. We could take this line all the way over here. 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 year. We could take this line all the way upstream. And what that line represents is time. And all this time before that moment where you're hoping people vote for you with their dollar or vote for you with their vote as a politician, right here before all of that is this time. And upstream from this moment in time where people vote, there's all this time and it's super quiet. And there's not a lot of competition here. Now, some of these politicians are not very active on social media. And maybe for them, they're like, I don't get social media. I don't understand. Or that's not how we do things in politics. Or you would say in your business, that's not how we do things in plumbing. Or that's not how we do things in home inspections. Or that's not how we do things in real estate. The metaphor works. It doesn't matter what business you're in. But the debate format doesn't work anymore when you're going to try to spend time and money at this moment in time to earn my vote. It doesn't work because my decision, when you get here, if all you spend your time and money on is trying to earn my vote right here, then how I view you as a voter or as a consumer is you're full of hot air. I don't know you. How do I know what your backstory is? I don't know if what you're telling me on stage right now is true about how you voted or not voted. I don't know about what policies you say all sorts of policies you backed, but how do I know if that's true? I don't know the backstory of all that. So debates and marketing for the sale is just a lot of hot air. So what I was going to say was, like, on stage, all I'm left with this political debate right now, all I'm left with is whether I believe you or not. I don't even care what you say. All I'm looking for is, do you seem like you are sincere? Do I feel like you're trying to play the voter, or do I feel like you're actually speaking truth? Actually, it doesn't matter to me what your policy is. I don't care what your policy is, because people say all sorts of shit about their policy. Who cares about what you say about your policy? I don't care. What I want to know is, because listen, people say a lot of stuff. That's true in marketing. All sorts of people say a lot of stuff in marketing. So how do I know as the consumer whether you're true or not? All I'm left with is whether I feel like you're being authentic. Whether I feel like you're being true. And as I watch this debate, I'm left with the same question, like, I'm sure these people have the right heart. I'm sure that they're even good people, but the way they're behaving is ridiculous. And the format of the debate is even more ridiculous. That in however long the debate's going to go, that I could make some sort of decision in what they say out of their mouth in an evening would sway my vote. Nothing they say is what's swaying my vote. What's swaying my vote is whether I believe you. So here's the marketing principle, right? What matters is that you speak your truth, because it's in your truth that people believe you. And if you would just be consistent in your marketing, if you wouldn't wait until the moment of decision, if you wouldn't wait until they're ready to spend their money, if you wouldn't wait until the year, if you wouldn't wait until the year of an election, but you would, before that year, go out and start to build relationship along the path of time, talking about who you are, what you believe, what your truth is, what life has taught you. Then by the time you got to the debate, I would already have formed an opinion. And when I saw you speak in that debate, I would actually have a perspective about why I already like you versus why I don't like everybody else. This is the power of content marketing. Content marketing is about you being able to honestly, transparently, and vulnerably share what it is that you think and see about the world before it ever even matters to the consumer or the voter. Politics is a ridiculous shit show. It's ridiculous. It's absurd how our voting policy or voting patterns haven't changed for 100 years. We might vote electronically, we might send things in through the mail, but we still have this relocated old pattern of, like, let's have a debate and everybody's going to show up and have a soundbite. And as if that soundbite would help me, the voter, figure out whether I wanted to vote for you or not. And similarly, likewise in business, that you would just coast and sit back and serve your clients and do your thing. And when you needed business, you would go market your services or your products. And I, as a consumer, would say, like, oh, I really like your ad. Maybe I should buy your thing. Doesn't work that way anymore. Because why? Why? This is important. Why? Because of information, because of the internet, because we can see so many people now, our BS meter is super sensitive. And we know when we feel like people aren't being true or honest. Now, again, back to the point of this, like what I said in the text of this post is like, listen, it's about the format. I'm not judging the candidates based on who they are as a human. But what I am saying is that the format does not highlight who they really are or what they really think. And I can't, as a voter, get an accurate take on whether their policy is good or not, because there's too much over talking. Let me talk over you. No, I'm going to talk over you. No, my policy is right. No, your policy is right. Like, how am I possibly supposed to make a decision? Enter this period of time that is required to build what? To build relationship. to build relationship? How many of these candidates have actually gone out into social media and built relationship? You know, listen, this is not a political statement of who I'll vote for, but let me tell you this. The only person that I have noticed on social media, and maybe it's because I follow her, is Marianne Williamson. But it's an interesting case study, isn't it? That Marianne Williamson wrote books about a return to love or different types of conversations around miracles and love, right? And that in that conversation, it interested me. This was way before this was years ago, before she ever thought about running for politics. She earned my attention way back here when she started talking about love and humanity. Again, it's not an endorsement. I'm not saying that's who I'm voting for. What I am saying as a case study is that it's interesting that years ago, somebody earned my attention because of who they were as a human. And what she said had nothing to do with politics, Democrats, Republicans, any sort of policy. It had to do with humanity. And because of that, now that I look at these 10 candidates on stage, I keep wondering, where do all these people fit in the space of humanity? What do they feel about love? What do they feel about policy as it relates to love and humanity? But I can't get that because everybody keeps talking over each other. What a ridiculous format to try to make a decision about who our president's going to be. That's stupid. But content marketing is actually brilliant because you get to be in my newsfeed on Facebook every day. And every day you talk about something that matters to me, you earn my attention. And if you earn my attention, you might even earn my vote. And it's the same in marketing. Those of you that are waiting, or those of you that your entire marketing strategy is to wait until the moment of sale to try to market, hey, buy my thing. Hey, look at me, I'm a great real estate agent. Hey, look at me, I'm a great plumber. Hey, look at me, I'm a great home inspector. Hey, buy my thing, buy my thing, buy my thing. You sound like every other marketer, just like every politician sounds like every other politician. There is an opportunity in time. There's an opportunity in time upstream from the moment of decision, from the time we vote with our dollars or we vote at the ballot polls. There's a moment upstream where you can earn my attention because you talk about humanity and you're consistent in my newsfeed. You're consistent in your content about things that matter to me. And if you did that, then by the time you got to a debate, or by the time you got to a vote, or by the time you got to me buying something from you, I would actually have a relationship with you. And in that relationship, I would actually find you valid and I would actually trust you. And that's ultimately how we, the consumer or the voter, vote. We vote because of trust, not because of policy. We vote because of trust, not because of policy. We vote because we believe you. We vote because we like you, not because of policy. Listen, if people are still voting because you say a certain thing about policy, then at some level, we're naive. Because if we really understood the game of it all, we know that you can promise all you want in your policy, and that's not actually how things unfold. Running on a policy is a ruse. That's not how life happens. You get into the Oval Office, you get into the White House, you get into, people sign up to work with you, and you can have all sorts of intentions and promises, but at some level, certain things unfold a different way. And all I want to know is, are you somebody that when it unfolds the way you didn't expect, can I trust you to do the right thing? And that's how we vote with our dollars, and that's how we vote for politicians. So, this is my first political post, and it's not really even about politics, is it? It's not even about politics. It's about the format that we as humans keep trying to earn attention and earn votes. Whether it's votes in dollars in business or votes at the ballot poll, it's a ridiculous format, and we need to change. We need to stop this old school, old-fashioned, stupid way of trying to earn attention, and we need to move into a more human way of earning attention, which is by creating content that actually demonstrates where we come from as a soul, as a human. And in that place, I actually can see you. The reason people don't trust politicians is because we can't see what you really stand for. You're so busy trying to please lobbyists and please different voting powers and PACs that we can't actually get a sense of where you stand. But when you actually step beyond that and we actually get to see who you are, then we actually feel like we can trust you. And that's what's missing in politics, and that's what's missing in business, is we can't see you. You keep hiding behind perfection and policy, and we can't see you. But if you would step into purpose and passion, well, then maybe we would see you. And that might earn my vote. All right, gang, that's it for tonight's episode. Actually, this is a double header today. Double header of marketing for the rest of us. So, till tomorrow, have a great night.